everyone. Welcome to the channel. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching from my group From Passion to Profit with Affiliate Marketing, welcome to this live stream. I do try to live stream every Wednesday, both to my group and to YouTube, although I did have problems with my live streaming software last week. And anyway, there's various things sometimes get in the way of my plans, right? But I'm hoping that this is working right now. If you are watching live, let me know that it's working. Give it a little, yes, I see Shaunston gave it a love. I'm looking on my phone, right, to see this. Fantastic to see you, Shaunston, on this live. It's amazing. I don't know about YouTube. Maybe I could go and check if anybody's on YouTube, right? It's very difficult with all these apps. But listen, I'm so pleased. It seems to be working. I'm going to be talking about comparisons, okay? And why comparing yourself to everybody else makes absolutely zero sense. Let me just check on YouTube to see if I am streaming, if it's working for YouTube. Yes, it is. I'm going live on YouTube. Awesome. So, hello YouTube, hello Facebook. Really, really pleased. Also, YouTube, quick thing. I had started going live vertically, right, with my phone. And I had every intention of doing this every day for a month. In fact, I'd announced this quite publicly. Now, the problem is my phone has a microphone problem right now, which I realized when I use an app and when I'm live or when I record from an app. So I'm looking to sort this problem out. But while this is, until I sort it out, it's very unpleasant. It's very unpleasant. So I have not forgotten my project of turning up live on YouTube every single day from my phone. Unfortunately, there's a few technical glitches, but I will do it. Okay, let's get back to the topic of the day, which is, let me just check that this is still working on Facebook. So the topic of the day is comparison, comparing yourself to other people and why it makes no sense. So, you know what? I was inspired by someone who I coach, and we talked about this. This person was telling me, I'm very competitive. I compare myself to others, and I see others doing so much better than me, or rather, moving forward faster, right? Making progress faster than me. And it's a pain because it discourages me, and then my motivation goes down. And well, I'm paraphrasing what this person told me, but it was something around this. And I was saying, look, it is hard. I know it's hard not to compare yourself to other people. We're also in a world where we're bombarded with everybody else's lives, right? On television, on social media, all over the place. We see, how well people are doing. But the thing is, this is not really reality, right? What other people share is the highlights. It's not the full story, right? I don't post I'm having a really bad day generally, right? Generally, I post the good stuff. I don't post all the irritations. That's the way it is. So when you see other people doing very well or moving fast and all that stuff, remember that you only see a little bit. If you were to live with these people 24 hours a day, you would see that not everything is going that well. It's just life is not linear, is not always great. So always remember this. But the other thing I was thinking was, when you see people moving much faster than you've always got to remember that, how fast you go on a short period of time doesn't mean that it's going to be that way all the time. And if you're going slower than other people, it doesn't mean that, in 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you won't actually be at the same level, right? And the thing I told this person is, I look at my children a lot, and this is just something I want to share with you. So, having had 4 children, I've homeschooled them for more than 10 years now. So I've been with them a lot, right? They probably think that's a real pain. But no, I mean, they do all kinds of things without me as well. But we do spend a lot of time, and I've taught them. I've taught them to read, to write, to count, all these sorts of things. And I've observed how they learn, how they move forward. And so I learn a lot, and it inspires me, and often it's a good reminder for me, of how long it takes to learn things and do things, right? But one of the things that always strikes me, especially with little children, is that if you've got children, you know what I mean. If you take a bunch of 1 year olds, you see that there's wide differences, right? Some are already walking and almost talking, and others are still sitting in a corner, sort of playing with their toys and going, more or less. I'm exaggerating a bit, but But if you take this same group of kids, of little kids, of 1 year olds, if you take them 1 year later at 2, I mean, they'll all be walking, that's for sure, unless they have a physical condition, obviously, that means that they can't. But if they are normal, and I hate to say this, but you know what I mean, if their development is not hindered by a disability of some sort, then at 2, they will all be able to walk. It doesn't matter if they started to walk at 8 months, or 9 months, or 12 months, or 13 months, or even 16 or 18 months. By 24 months, they will all be walking. And you probably won't be able to tell by that time, certainly if you take the same group at 3 years old, you won't be able to tell which one walked first and which one walked last. Because by 3, they've had so much experience walking that they're all fine, they're all competent, they all walk, they all run, they all jump, they're all fine. So really, does it matter that they started walking at 9 months old or at 16 months old? No, not really. It doesn't make any difference. And really, I know you get to say, yeah, but these are little kids. This is not the same thing. This is an online business. Yeah, you're right. But it is, at the same time, it is the same thing, right? Because, there's always going to be differences. Some people are going to learn faster than others. Some people are going to move faster than others. They're going to get it. They're going to take, they're going to overthink things less. I don't know, whatever. They've got different, we've all got different abilities. Some things I find very easy. Other things I find pretty hard. You know what I mean? So on some things I will move forward really fast, and on others not. And other people will be in different areas. They'll move faster than me, and in different areas they'll move slower than me. But really, it doesn't really matter, because you're building this business, and if you take the right action, let's say I take a group of entrepreneurs building their businesses. I'm going to take a group of 10. Now, obviously, if they all start at the same time and they all take massive action, some are going to move more faster than others. That's in the order of things, because some are going to find writing easier. Some are going to find going on camera easier. Some are going to find, I don't know, it's going to be different. But if you take this same group of entrepreneurs and you look at them 5 years down the line, provided they haven't stopped, obviously, which is the big thing, right? But provided that they've kept on going and they've taken action, in 5 years, you won't see these huge differences. They will have ironed themselves out. Everyone will have a YouTube channel and a follow, or maybe not, but they'll have an audience at least somewhere. They'll have sales, they'll have an email list, they'll have a success of some sort, right? So, it's funny the way it works, right? Because sorry, I'm just looking and seeing that there's actually a comment. Hello, John. Hello. You see, I can't see the comments on my computer, but I can see the comments on my phone. But YouTube, apologies, because I can't look at my phone. I can't see YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Okay, apologies. But But John, by the way, I really hope you're well. I haven't chatted with you for ages. I really, really hope you're doing well. I mean, there's an example of somebody who made a real success on YouTube, John, didn't you? And you just, anyway, I've got loads of success stories I could share with you. But anyway, John, you're inspiring. Thank you. So what I was saying was, comparing yourself makes no sense, not only because yes, in the short term, there might be big differences, but in the long term, these differences iron themselves out. But also, the other thing I wanted to say is comparing yourself to others is not going to help you move forward. You know, and I was saying in another conversation, I was saying, look, you know, you don't see a bunch of 1-year-old kids looking, you know, thinking, oh my goodness, he can walk and I can't. And this is terrible. You know what I mean? They're not looking at what other kids are doing. They're looking at their own thing. They're not even thinking about it. They are just absorbed in learning how to walk, in moving, right? The first thing they do is start crawling, and then they reach out to things and they lift their little bodies up. And it's really hard because their bodies are heavy because they're tiny. You know what I mean? And they don't have a lot of strength in their little arms, and they lift it up and they go on and on until they manage, and they're all sort of wobbly, aren't they? You know what I mean? It's so funny to watch, you know, and they fall and they pick themselves up again and everything. They're too busy focusing on their own effort. They're exhausted at the end of the day, you know, they're kind of like dead tired because they've been practicing so much. And that's what gets them to learn to walk. It's not sort of looking at other people and thinking, oh, that kid's doing so much better than me. My goodness, how did he learn to walk so fast? You know, I'm still not even crawling. I mean, that would just discourage them, right? They just say, oh, I just give up. You know what I mean? Do you see what I mean? So it doesn't make sense. It's not going to help you. You know, I can sit here now and think, okay, you know, I've been online for like 6 years now, right? I started in 2018. And, you know, and in 6 years, I've made multiple 5 figures, right? In profits. I've probably generated close to 6 figures in sales, to be honest. If I look at just the sales, I'm probably really close to 100K that I've generated in sales. In profit, you know, it's several 5 figures. You know, I don't know, I'm probably quite close to 50 or 60K in profit, right? But anyway, so, you know, I can look at that and I can think, I can look at other people who started after me and who've like generated 1 or 2 million, right? And I can think, oh, bloody hell, you know what I mean? Excuse my language, but you know, they're doing so much better than me. What's wrong with me? You know, this is terrible. Of course I can do that, but what it makes no sense. It just makes no sense. It's like me looking at other women my age and thinking, God, their hair isn't as grey as mine. Well, I mean, so what? You know what I mean? I am who I am. I am the age I am, with the grey hair I have, with the body I have, with the health I have, with the life I have, with the business I have. And that's that. That's the only thing I know, and that's the only thing I can work on, right? Do you see what I mean? And so yes, I can look at other people who went way faster. I mean, I will hit 1 million. I know I will, okay? Unless I, you know, obviously, as long as I'm alive and in good health, that I can work on my business. Obviously, this is the unknown thing, and I have the humility to recognize that. But as long as I'm alive and in good health and able to work on my business, I will reach that, right? I will. I know I will. Maybe it will take me 10 years to reach that, when other people, it took them 1 year or 2 years. But at the end of the day, well, again, I can, to get to that point, the only thing I have control on, and the only thing that makes sense, is for me to work on my business, for me to get better at my business, for me to grow my audience, for me to get better at communicating with my audience, for me to look after the people I'm coaching and do a good job and get good testimonials and write good emails and grow and you know that's what makes sense. That's what's going to get me to the business I want, the vision I have for a big thing, right? That's going to be really cool. That's what's going to get that me there. It's not looking at how well other people are doing. I mean, that's great and it's inspiring. But I mean, if I'm just sort of sitting there and thinking, oh my God, they got to where I want to be in a year, and I'm 6 years in and I'm nowhere near to where I want to be. I mean, that's stupid, really. That's stupid, okay? And I think also, I think it doesn't do us a service in the sense that we then do ourselves down. We stop looking at what we have achieved and we look at all the other things that we should achieve. You know what I mean? And that's the wrong way to look at it. That's just the wrong way. Because, you've done a lot, I'm sure, right? If you're watching this and you might not have done a lot. You might just be watching this and thinking about starting a business. Okay, that's true. But what I mean is, if you have started and you're not exactly where you want to be, but you've started, well, then you've already taken action, right? And the one thing you've got to do is focus on the next action to take. And the one thing you've got to do is take action over and over again. That's how you get good at things. As I say, I mean, the kids learns to walk by trying over and over again to walk. And then when they can walk, they walk a lot. They do a lot of it, right? Until they become really good walkers, and they don't fall anymore. And it's the same with us. The only way to get good at this business, the only way to build a business, to get good at it, is by doing it, and by doing it over and over and over again until you can do it in your sleep and you don't think about it anymore, right? That's the secret. So comparing yourself, looking at what other people are doing and feeling you're running behind, it serves nothing. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't help you. On the contrary, I think it really increases your chances to quit. It really does. So, having said all this, I've talked a lot, my goodness. I'm going to stop. This was my little bit of Wednesday inspiration. I'm here to help you, right? I have this Facebook community and this YouTube channel. That's where I give my free information. That's where you have access to me for free. And you're lucky, right? Some people pay to have access to me. Some people pay a lot of money to have access to me. And you've got a little bit of this for free, which is cool. And I'm happy to give that to you for free. But you've got to make the most of it. So ask me questions, post in the comments, what are you stuck with? What do you want help with? That way I can do these lives around a topic that really interests you, that really helps you. If you want even more direct access to me, then join my membership that I created a week ago. And there's already nearly 30 people in there. I'm very, very happy about this. There's a private community. There's loads of resources. There's courses, there's resources, there's downloadable guides that you can use. And it's going to grow. There'll be exclusive content every month. You can't be a founding member anymore. That's gone. But you can join for, it's very, very, very reasonable, let me tell you. So if you want to do that, you simply go to sophiesion.com/membership. sophiesion.com/membership. I still haven't got a sales page. I'm ashamed to say I just have not had time. But if you want to join, you are very welcome to join, and I'll be very, very happy to welcome you in there. If you like my style, if you like what I say, if you like my tips and my tricks and my encouragement and my mindset, then this place is for you. If you're just a beginner, I have an entire course on how to get started with affiliate marketing. That's in there, ready for you to consume. Not overwhelming, very simple, but step-by-step guide. And I And if you're stuck and you're struggling, then this is also the place for you, because you can ask me questions which I answer live in the private community once a week. And I will actually tailor them to you, right? So you can ask me your specific question, and I won't give a general live. I will say, this is a question I got from someone in the community, and this is what I would advise that person in particular. And if you have work for me to review, things like that, a strategy you want me to review, I will do that too, right? Which, if you know anything about coaching and stuff like that, you know that this is very, very, very valuable resource, right? When I started having access to this level of coaching at the beginning of 22, I went from a struggling affiliate who was making 4 figures here and there, but really not a huge amount, to making 5 figures a year. You know, I made that consistently 2 years in a row. And I'm well on my way to continuing. I mean, this trend is continuing this year. That's what I want to say. So it is very valuable indeed, and I hope you'll take me up on it. SophieSyon.com/membership to join for the price of a big coffee and a donut. Okay, it's really, really not. It won't break the bank, and it will be well worth it. Okay, I will see you. In fact, I won't be live next week because I'm traveling on Wednesday. I have 2 days in London with my daughter next week. So I will be traveling next Wednesday, but I'll be live probably on the Thursday. Probably. We'll see. Okay, I can't promise anything, but I'll be live at some point next week in the group and on YouTube. Not quite sure when, but we'll see. Okay, have a fantastic rest of your day. Keep up the good work, and comment and reach out to me with any questions you have. That is what